Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Super Subs Podcast. Your host, Harish and Narv. Um, this one we'll try to keep kind of short. Wanted to just focus on our teams here, United and Chelsea. We're about halfway through the season, so just talk about some of the recent games we've had and kind of the form of uh, we've been on, and maybe just with the transfer window coming up. Um, we'll have another episode on like ideal transfers, but just who we want to sell, maybe who we want to make sure we keep, and then who we can try to go after. Let's start with Chelsea. I think we can just with United. I think we'll have a lot to talk about. Um,
Tough run of games for you guys too.
oh yeah, well we're not fighting relegation battle, but yeah, I think our title hopes are definitely over. I think Liverpool are kind of running away with it. I don't see us catching up, but I was a little disappointed but it was also like I had my hopes kind of high. But, we tied Everton, we lost to Fulham, and Fulham had a crazy comeback. And then Ipswich we lost. Um,
Hold that.
uh, but I'm still in the mindset of progress and performance is better than just results. I think in all of those games, except the Everton one, I think we deserved a draw. But Fulham, okay, Fulham too. I think we deserved a draw, which is disappointing. But Ipswich, we definitely should have won that game. Uh, Suspect penalty call against us, and then we had momentum, but Ipswich just hit us on the counter, and Delap was he had a crazy kind of like run against our defenders. It was just like a solo run, and then Omari Hutchinson with a nice finish. Chelsea product there, but.
That was scripted right there. His celebration gave me the old Barclays
Oh
memories of
yeah.
Luis Nanny.
Um, but I'm not too worried. I think I'm still excited about like what we're building and stuff. So I'm not too uh kind of disappointed. I didn't going into it, I didn't expect us to be title challengers. So I think everything's exceeded my expectations in terms of what Maresca's been able to come in and do.
Mhm. I thought even Ipswich, you guys got a little unlucky. You guys had
Hmm.
crazy amount of chances. I think that goalkeeper, not a fan of Marich, but went back to the goalkeeper they started the season with, and he had a good game. Um,
Oh yeah.
And I think that game versus Ipswich I think that was a Delap performance where he just said, I'm him.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone signed me.
But the one problem I do have with our team so far is just not being able to kill games off. That happened with Fulham. We were way too comfortable, and then Fulham just kind of came back. I think with like 20 minutes left in the game, scored, and then near stoppage time, and we were controlling that game. And we just kind of like once we go up on a lead, or even when we're tied and we are dominating, we just kind of play kind of not lackadaisically, but like if we miss a chance in here and there, we kind of like the players are kind of like laughing and kind of because we're so good. They're like, oh, we're gonna win. Like we just missed a chance, whatever. But like those types of missed opportunities that have definitely bit us in the butt.
Mhm.
So just being able to kill games off, I think that's something that we need to improve on.
Yeah, it's kind of like this simple things, but I think it'll just come because you guys are what the youngest team in the league,
Hmm.
so I think that'll just come with maturity, like keeping that concentration throughout the full 90. I mean, it's such an easy thing to say, but it's a key thing as well. Like you take your foot off the gas in this league, you'll get punished. Um, the one thing I do have somewhat not a big issue, but wish Maresca would utilize more of is João Felix.
Hmm.
I know Sancho, he's done decent since getting a loan to you guys, but I don't know. I think João Felix, he gives you a whole different dynamic. Like
Dude, he's quality.
I don't know. I feel like he could be starting.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
I don't
I
know
think
why
you're in
he
the same
got
boat.
hooked. I don't know why he got hooked so early in that Ipswich game.
You're in the same boat as us. Like a lot of Chelsea fans, we've been screaming for that. But Maresca, he said in the conference before the Ipswich game that the reason I guess João Felix hasn't been seeing minutes is because I think this was after Fulham game, is because he's the same profile as Cole Palmer and he prioritizes balance. Um, it's kind of what he said, but I mean, him and Palmer looked pretty good together when they were on the field.
Yeah, they were creating like numerous chances, just
Hmm.
wasn't going in. Um,
But yeah, no, I love that point. I think João Felix definitely deserves some more playing time. Um, Sancho, he started off hot with us, but he's a player like Madueke at times that kind of annoys me. Just spends a little too much time on the ball. I mean, they both have really good skills and they're quality players, but decision making needs to improve. So hopefully under Maresca.
and also another player I want to see more is I mean obviously Nicholas Jackson, he's solidified his spot, but when he it's not like he'll be able to play every single game. So when he does need that rest, like I wish that Gahey dude would or Mark Gay, uh
Hmm.
Gu, however you say his name,
You. Hmm.
yeah, will get more playing time in the league itself as well.
And Jackson's been kind of on a rough patch right now as well. Uh, so I know Christopher and Kunku came in, um, and he looked really frustrated in the Ipswich game too.
Hmm.
Um, but again, I'm excited to see how we finish the second half of the season because I think there's less pressure right now. Now that we're Liverpool are so far ahead, I think there's less pressure on us, and we can kind of try new things, and just kind of see where we kind of go. There isn't that pressure to like win the league.
So, uh, I guess like a almost basically half the season's gone. You kind of get a fair assessment. You think you guys can keep this type of form going into next season when you have Champions League where you'll have to play your regulars midweek and weekends, like multiple? Because right now you guys kind of get that midweek rest basically because you play like a whole B team um, in the conference league.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll be ready. And Maresca, like it's nice that we're not playing in the Europa League or Champions League, so Maresca's able to have extra time to prioritize, like with the whole squad what he wants. And I mean, the best way to do it is through gameplay. So, uh, like in our European tournament right now, he's able to play like a whole second, like a B team, and he's able to implement his ideas. And it's kind of like the best way to practice is like through games. And so he's able to communicate that. So I think we'll have better depth going forward as well. So I think that should be fine for us. And I'm excited about like some of the players that could be growing in Chelsea. So I know we're trying to sign back Tomori back at
Ooh.
Chelsea. So with Fofana is kind of unknown.
Hmm.
He would be good. And then we have a pretty young player that we extended his contract. Center back, he's been playing in the European tournament a lot. Josh uh, Akimpong, I think so. 18-year-old center back. Um, and then one other player is Tyreek George.
Oh, I've
Him and
heard
then
about him.
yeah,
Okay.
he's nasty. He's 18 as well. Left mid.
I was watching an interview with Mad Wake and they asked him like who he thinks the next kid that's gonna come up and he said undoubtedly that George kid.
Yeah, his skills are disgusting. It's just probably his decision making again.
Hmm.
But and then we have Mark Gay, as you mentioned, or Mark Gui,
Hmm.
uh, and he's been getting minutes in the European tournament. So
Um, I think one Chelsea story that needs to also let fans know that happened during Christmas holidays is Mudryk and his situation. Um,
Oh yeah. So he got caught with banned substance. I guess he tested positive, but he said he didn't uh necessarily like do anything, like take any banned substances, and I think it was like just in his food or something or vitamins he takes given by the trainers, but uh hopefully he's not banned for too long. That
yeah.
he actually is like not guilty.
Hmm.
All right. If you want to move on to a team that's fighting relegation potentially, as Amarin would say, what about your boys out in Manchester?
Oh, they're about to send me to a psych ward. Um, I'm complete. Uh, it's a shameless performance we've been putting up past few weeks. We did make history though on Tuesday. Um, First time, three home losses in a row since 1960. Um, yeah, we've just been in a mess. Funny, I don't know if you were able to catch our game, because I think you guys played the same time, but Newcastle, they Kieran Trippier, he tried it twice in a corner because we've been getting scored on this way, but like the Olympico,
Hmm.
I think one hit the crossbar, but like tried it twice. I'm like, bruh, this is like shameless. Teams are actually trying this on us now. It's like a thing we're known for.
I know y'all were like kind of a joke team under Ten Hag. I would give you so much crap, but like y'all look like even more jokers right now.
No, we are comedic. That Newcastle lineup. Okay, first I thought after that Bournemouth game, I was like, we didn't do too bad. We had a few chances here and there second half, but we played pretty bad. And then I was like, all right, Wolves get some momentum going here. Uh, but then just that was, I thought that was like one of our worst performances, especially that first half. Um, and then I was like, at least we get that type of performance out the way. No way we play that bad. And then Newcastle, they just said, hold my beer. I'll give you a even worse performance. I don't know if Amarin's the guy to blame because it's not like these are, I mean, they're not, it's not like these are his guys. Uh, he'll probably ship out a lot of people once the transfer hits, and he's only had like five, like, he hasn't really had that many training sessions, to be honest. So, but like, I'm sure while he was at Sporting, he watched his play, before taking a job. Like, Newcastle's midfield trio is like a machine, and he decided to play Casemiro and Eriksson. I was like, bro, what are you doing? Um, and then fans will probably hear it in our episode with the transfers, but the wing back role, like Dallo and Mazarawi just aren't it right now. They're
Mhm.
good players, but so defensive minded, where I think like Anthony, um,
You know,
played
Anthony
that
actually,
role.
I kind of like him at the wingback role. He
I
looked
didn't
decent.
surprisingly he links up the attack well, gets forward. Um, but then like Hoyland, he just we've said it like since his days at Atlanta, like he's a raw player. Um, just needs the tools. You call him a track star.
Hmm.
And then
Olympic gold medalist.
yeah, I mean I wish he scores more because I love his celebration. Cold, but
Bro, not when he does it. It's a joke. It's a joke celebration when he does it.
and then
Dude, I felt bad for Xerxes, dude,
yeah, I was about to
at Newcastle.
say. Yeah, he apparently when he got subbed off, he right when he got subbed off in like the 30th minute, put on his jacket, went to the tunnel, and apparently someone at the tunnel, like the workers there said like he was crying, and then he had to come back out.
Mm.
Uh
Emotional damage.
yeah, our club like
Dude, I felt bad for him though. Because at the end of the day, he's a human, and like as a supporter of the club, dude, you can't do that to your own player.
And he's only like 22, like that could
Hmm.
damage his career as a youngster. So I don't know. I feel like it's kind of bad for me as a fan to say too, but like at this point, I'm kind of numb to the losses. I've kind of accepted we're quite shitty. And I think that's just the mindset I've gone with. So I'm not hugely disappointed with the results. Is like just accept we're complete crap this year, and we'll need minimum like another year of being crap until we finally see something. Um, and then the one thing that's also like hurts my head and is gonna send me to the psych ward and is a reason like I can't really be on social media now is like what the people are saying online, like the media, like yeah, under Ten Hag it was like, oh, you guys don't have an identity, blah blah blah, and then like under Amarim you see the identity, like what he wants to work with, but he's not getting the results. And now the media is like, I don't know why Amarin is so stubborn, just sticking to his system. Um,
Hmm.
if he's actually a really good coach, he would change the way he plays because ultimately, it's about the results. So I'm like, I don't know what people want. Like, you guys wanted the identity, you got it, so just stick by it. Um,
Yeah, I think he's definitely limited right now with the players he has. He just doesn't have the profile. So I think, yeah, this January window is going to be huge for y'all.
yeah.
The biggest ones I still think is the wing backs. It's shocking to just kind of see the build up in Mazarawi Dallo. They're just so defensive minded. They're not kind of bombing forward when y'all get the ball.
Hmm.
And I mean, midfielders are turning and they have nowhere to go except just launch it forward or just go backwards.
Exactly.
It just slows everything down.
And then that Newcastle game too. The scoreline doesn't reflect it. We should have honestly lost 4-5-0.
Hmm.
Newcastle's finishing was terrible. Um, I was also confused on why Rashford was on the bench. Like he said he wants new challenges. That obviously means he wants to leave. So I don't know why we're keeping someone who wants to leave on the bench. And then Garnacho, I love that kid, but I'm scared with his future. I don't see him as a number 10, like that inverted role. Um,
You don't think he'd play a wing back role? That's kind of what I had seen in him because
I
I
think
couldn't see him playing the 10 either.
like I want him. Like, I think he could play. Like Amrin would put him at the wing back ultimately, but Garnacho personally, like knowing him, I don't know if he would want to sacrifice his game. And ultimately, end of the day, team comes first before a player. So I don't know if he would want to do that work defensively. Um, and he's a player that I really like, so kind of worried about his future. So we're kind of a mess.
Hmm.
And I mean, Amrin. What do you think of his comments when he was saying like we're in a relegate? It's embarrassing, but we are in a relegation fight. Like
I think
you
it was
think?
pretty honest, and he takes ownership too. Doesn't try to deflect things. Whereas like Ten Hag, my biggest issue was like he tried to always find like little positive things
Mhm.
where it was like not really positive. Try to overshadow the negatives going on, but like Amarin's like real upfront about it, and
So
I like
that's
his
that was the other
honesty.
thing in the media is like you can't just say that. Like, what do you think that will
Hmm.
say to the fans? Like, you need to have like some positivity. Where it's like, if that's what we wanted, that's we would have just kept Ten Hag. He's
Yeah,
always gave a positive message even when we did bad.
I guess fans can just never be happy when your team is not great or not
Yeah.
doing well.
So. Yeah, Harish, he's not joking or trying to throw shade. We were actually, I mean, we're what Wolves if they go on a run.
Yeah,
Uh,
you guys are 7 points above relegation right now,
yeah, 7 points, and
halfway through the season.
next week, not this weekend, but the following weekend, it'll be a big match like versus Southampton. If we drop any points versus Southampton, that would be trouble.
Mhm.
Um, so it's not even, yeah, it's not even jokes at this point. Like we're actually relegation battle team.
And then I think before we end this episode, we definitely have to try to end on a positive note for y'all. Um, do you have any players that you would absolutely not want to? There's a lot of players I think you guys can offload, but who are some that you are like, no, we need to by all means keep him?
Uh, I'll say Hoyland. I think future wise, he just needs time, but I think we need to keep him. Um, but another one is Diallo.
Hmm.
Diallo, Lenny Euro, Hoyland.
Hmm.
I think just the three of them.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Yeah, I think I would go with uh
and Kobe. Sorry,
Yeah,
Kobe.
I would probably not have Hoyland on that list, but I would have Diallo, for sure, Kobe, and then maybe yeah, Euro, and then maybe Onana, I guess. Not necessarily untouchable, but like that's not a player that you really need to upgrade.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, yeah, and I hope when we do like make transfers, like we don't just go after the superstar names because it doesn't work out like that. Like when you just go for the stars, like you need to get players that will work on your system. Um,
Yeah, there's especially with a lot of players y'all need to upgrade.
exactly.
So
Yeah. So you want to touch on games this weekend, and
coming
wrap it
up,
up? Yep.
yeah, we can do that. Um, so this coming weekend we have on Saturday, there's a sleuth of games here. Uh, in the Premier League, we have Tottenham, Newcastle, first thing in the morning. I think that will be a very entertaining game. Uh, Bournemouth, Everton, Villa, Leicester. We travel to Selhurst Park, play Palace, and then I think an interesting game here, 10 o'clock window, will be City versus West Ham.
Hey, City finally getting a win. Erling Haaland
Uh,
looks good that game. Not gonna lie, like link up
yeah,
play, he was actually
he
looking
looked
nice.
better. Um, Southampton, Brentford, and then Brighton, Arsenal at 12:30. Arsenal has been looking decent going forward. But again, without Saka, we'll see if that can sustain. And then Sunday, Fulham, Ipswich, and then the big one, 11:30. An incoming Liverpool clapping on Manchester United.
Yeah, I'm
And then,
genuinely scared for that game.
yeah, it's not looking good. And then Monday we have Wolves versus Nottingham.
Ooh, those are good matchups.
So we have yeah, that'll be a fun one with especially with what's his name for Nottingham going back to Wolves, Nuno Espirito.
Hmm.
So
I think this Liverpool game, Salah might like stamp his Ballon d'Or, like solidify it.
yeah, right now I don't think anyone's close.
It's ridiculous, his stats right now.
Hmm.
Um, Hope not, but it is a possibility where Liverpool can put 10 past this. So, yeah, we'll see how that game goes. And then around the league, I think the only other good matchups around the league was really on Saturday. In Serie A is Fiorentina versus Napoli. Um, and then Sunday is Roma versus Lazio. Um, and Friday in La Liga is uh, Valencia versus Real Madrid, as well as it's the Super Cup semifinal in Italy, Juventus versus Milan. Um, so those are around the league. But with that, it's been another episode, Super Subs podcast. But until next time, peace out.